Meeting of the Board of Trustees is called to order. First item on the agenda is approval of the minutes.
I move we approve the minutes.
Do I have a motion?
I move that we approve the minutes.
A second? Thank you. I did watch the video, and just for all of, if you don't happen to know, people who do not, no, members of the board who do not attend the meeting may vote on the minutes. Just so you know, according to the Attorney General's office. There were a couple of things under the director's report, Joanne.
Okay.
The first item, I would say with level staffing rather than no raising, because raise kind of sounds monetary to me, and that's not what this is about.
Do you have them written somewhere?
I do.
Yeah.
Well, I
I'll
will just
take
tell
them
everybody
down.
else. The
Great.
second one is finance has two capitals. And on the timesheet process, it's not that Patrick will no longer submit a timesheet. He will submit it directly electronically, and there is no need for a trustee signature.
Great. Can you email that to me by any chance? Or no? I'll
I
type
just
it off.
scribbled on it, I didn't,
Oh, okay, it's not the...
yeah. Are there any other comments or changes or suggestions on the minutes? All in favor? Thank you. Items on the director's report? I left my copies on your desk, they disappeared.
Here we go.
My only comment would be, please do not trim any of the shrubs or bushes until after the fall.
Why not?
Because they don't need it. And most of them,
So I don't have Audrey on here. I know that I'm going back. But Audrey's name is in here. She was absent, right? In April?
yes, because she did not sign a contract.
Okay. I'll fix that.
I don't think any of them are looking overgrown. Didn't you trim them last fall?
Yeah. No, I always trim them right around the solstice
In June.
in June, after the early growth. I'll talk to Patrick about that.
We can have a conversation, yeah. I think this is one of the first reports where we've had a decline in the circulation and the patron count, which, given the rate at which we have been increasing and increasing, at some point you have to hit
The ceiling.
the top. And I don't think that's... I am assuming that Patrick is going to propose a source of funding for the wireless access points that will be coming up.
I'm sorry, can you refresh my memory about the wireless access points? Maybe Sue can.
Let's see. The hotspots?
No,
Where?
we're not the hotspots. Oops. Yeah.
CW Mars and those. I don't have information about that. Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about Wi-Fi in the library. We're talking about some other,
It's a connection to CW Mars.
oh, it's a connection to CW Mars.
Yes.
So these computers we're looking at are not directly connected to CW Mars?
It's
I don't think they are connected to CW Mars. I think they are connected to our internet service, but CW Mars, I believe, provides the feeding and care and updating of them.
That's my
They
understanding.
own the catalog, basically. CW
Right,
Mars
but
does.
we also get some IT technical help from CW Mars.
Yes, okay.
And then for other elements of IT stuff that are in the Wayback Room, the people who are the vendor for Town Hall provide
Yes.
Okay.
that.
Mhm.
Okay.
But my point being, this is sort of like an unanticipated expense, and fortunately, we have resources to cover it.
Do we have any estimate of what it's going to be?
It says right here that it's the cost of $2,080.
Okay. Reasonable.
What's the difference between the two sources, CW Mars and what's additionally in back here?
Because the lights in the building run on a computer. Does Northeast IT also, no, they don't have anything to do with the fire panel.
No, I don't believe so. We went through this recently.
Right, that's the fiber optic, whatever.
Right. Yes, that's run, yeah, through the fire department.
The computers that are for staff and patrons, we get service from CW Mars. Because there is a computer that runs the lights at the building, they don't do that. So we need to get that service from someplace else. So we use the same tech services or IT services that Town Hall uses. We have like a little mini contract with them.
The library information is all on CW Mars.
Yes,
That other is just technical.
It's like
right.
smart functions in the building.
Northeast
It's like
IT.
building
Northeast
smart
IT, yep.
functions,
Thank you.
basically.
Yep. Does anybody want to discuss anything else that was in the director's report? Or any of the attachments, like the finances? Jack, do you want to talk anything about?
Lead certification. So the last email sent to Phil, we've never heard back from, where I was asking if there was some sort of rubric. It's some sort of other ways to qualify for lead. That's the energy-related certification that we were supposed to get many years ago, and he's never gotten back to us.
Jack is,
No, Phil is
The architect.
the architect, the designer of this building, and the person who was taking some responsibility on helping us get lead certification.
so he just doesn't respond?
Sometimes
He
he doesn't.
responded earlier to Patrick. I wrote back. He didn't respond to my last email.
Wow.
It's unfortunate. Hadley has new town administrator
Yes.
coming in, and
No, he's
Nate-
here. He started on
Okay.
the 11th, Nate
All right.
Malloy.
And so maybe Nate can help us push this along a little bit.
Yeah. It's disturbing.
Yeah, is there a possibility of somebody else taking over from Phil? In other words, can he be replaced with somebody else who would be leading the lead certification?
It's possible. The other issue is there's a few things that we could have done. For example, solar on the roof, which hasn't happened. And so that would have really cemented our application and really made our case. And we can't really do that now with where things are at.
But we don't know if there's like some other level that we could shoot for in terms of reimbursement or lead, you know?
That was the base layer that we were going for.
Oh, it was the base layer?
Mhm.
Okay.
So, to be determined. And we'll see what we can do for pushing this along further.
Okay. Joanne, do you know if Patrick submitted the strategic plan?
I don't think he has yet.
Okay. I don't think we actually know anything more about the roof. You had asked to include fundraising efforts?
Yeah.
If you would like to talk about that?
So we are going to meet on Thursday with the folks from Northampton. We're gonna ask them lots of questions about like
Who is we?
the folks that are putting together the
You and-
fundraising effort.
You and Jack and,
Well, Jack's not able to come,
Oh,
so
okay.
Julie's gonna come instead, and Allison and Patrick. And we're just gonna find out information about how, what is their relationship with the fund? How are they set up? How are their trustees set up? How is the fund set up? Asking lots of informational questions. They have an endowment. They were able to raise, I think she said 2 million, so she's gonna talk about that and how it works so that we can get some information and bring it back to the group, and also figure out how we can organize ourselves, like how many trustees can do this, like just because we've gotten mixed messages about trustee involvement. So I'm hoping to hear from a successful model and find out more, and then we can start to like build and move on. We're starting with a small group, and then we'll kind of reach out into the community to grow as we kind of have a model set.
Could you say again who you're meeting with?
Sure. A woman from, her name's Rachel, and she's a trustee in Northampton.
Of the Northampton Library?
Of the Forbes, and they already have an endowment, and I'm always about not reinventing the wheel. Yeah. So, and she also works as a financial planner, so she kind of has that background also.
That's so important.
So I think she's gonna have some good information from us. So we're meeting with her Thursday.
Wonderful.
Do you happen to know, are they like a 503?
That's one of the questions.
Right.
That's on my question list, and I'll get an email from me tonight with the question list.
Will you send a report of that meeting to us?
I'm gonna bring it here. Yeah, I'll have
At
it
our
for the
next
next
meeting?
meeting, yeah. That's
Not
the
before
idea. You'll have it before, probably, I'll just kind of include it when I send you the minutes. So
Okay.
you can like think and like
That'd be
read
good.
it through, yeah.
okay, sounds very promising. Is this someone you know or someone you introduced yourself to?
So I know her through Molly.
Oh,
So
okay.
she works with Molly Keegan, our select board member. She said, oh, and Molly asked her if she would consider doing this for us, and she was lovely. So,
Oh, great. New business was going to be setting a meeting date. Sounds like that's a little bit problematic at the moment.
So our regular monthly meeting would be set for Tuesday, June 9th,
Right.
if we could. But,
It is my understanding that at the first meeting of the new fiscal year, it helps just to confirm what is a convenient time for everyone.
yeah,
Especially when you get new members.
sure.
So, but if two of them are out of the country, then you may need to think about moving it later in June. Or everybody takes vacation then, and you meet in July. But I don't think we're in a position for you to decide that right now.
Well, can we talk about it a little further?
Oh, go right ahead.
So there would be 3 of us, and 2 people would be out, and 1 seat is unfilled.
so technically we can meet, we just can't make any decisions.
We can't vote.
Right.
Correct.
Okay.
That
So we
doesn't make a
could,
lot of sense.
well, if we want to talk about if you want to hear more about the fundraising, we wouldn't have to vote on that. There are some, I mean, we're not really voting on much tonight.
But
And
then
we're
the
here.
other members would have to hear the same things that we hear at that meeting. What if we delayed the meeting for 2 weeks? Could they be there?
Then I'm out of the country. See, so this is the problem
Yeah.
that we'll run into.
Yeah. Hopefully, maybe somebody else will turn up from the election, a write-in, just the way Wayne turned up, and then I turned up.
What country will you be in? Maybe we could meet there.
Depending on the date, it could be Austria, Germany, or Hungary.
Either one of those would be good for me. I'd be happy.
Why don't you just meet on the
Maybe.
Danube?
We're going to Italy 2 weeks later, so
Yeah, life gets complicated.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make light of this.
No, that's,
I think it makes some sense to meet on June 9th, and we may have a response back on lead certification, not necessarily something we'd have to vote on. We could hear more about what you heard at the fundraising meeting.
Will that be something we'll have to do again when all the board is here?
Well, you can read the minutes and understand what
Yeah.
went on, you know.
I don't think so.
This group does read, that's right. It's a good point.
I hope so.
It's a good point. At least we can read.
well, I don't know that for the fundraising that there necessarily needs to be a vote. I mean, I think a conversation and discussion about how you want to move forward and what your goals might be and who's going to work on the effort and what strategies you're going to use. But I don't know that those things need a vote, but that could always be done at a subsequent meeting if something came up. So,
This is all reassuring to me. I think
Yeah.
we should go ahead.
Well, and also, we would know what happened
Consistency.
with the Hadley 2.5 override vote.
That's right.
I'm all for consistency, honestly.
If we have a time, it's great to put it out there. And if people in the community know that this is when the library trustees are
Right,
meeting,
that's what,
they can count on that.
or what if
That's
some
true.
member of the public wants to come? Like
It could happen.
right.
So, no objection.
well, and if anyone wants to twist someone's arm or gently encourage them to consider being a trustee, they could come to the meeting on the 9th, and there could be a conversation with someone in an effort to try to persuade them to join the club. But, I mean, it is sounding to me like July 9th makes sense
June
for at
9th?
least
June 9th?
the three of you.
June 9th.
June 9th,
Oh, what did
rather
I
than
say?
July.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're
pardon
not,
me.
we're not quite that
No,
forward
I did
looking.
not. No, I misspoke. I meant June.
That's all right.
Anyway.
I understand it's not on the agenda. Has there ever been discussion of sort of shrinking the size of the number of trustees that are necessary?
No, that's a state.
That's a state
No,
thing?
the
Okay,
state,
thank you.
the MBLC
Okay.
requirement, well, actually, MGL requirement is, it has to be a multiple of 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
What it
that's a good
should
thing.
say is, it has to be 3 or any larger odd number, but it doesn't say that.
Mm,
I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, okay. Thanks for that answer.
I also inquired about this whole we can't have, well, I guess we can't talk. No, I'm going to talk about it. The we can't have other business question on the agenda.
Yeah.
And what I was told when I inquired at town hall about it is that we can have business not anticipated at the time. But what they're trying to do, which I understand, is to not have people like sneak things into the agenda and vote on them. So I think as a board, maybe our policy could be something like not taking votes on anything in that, like other, so that we can still bring up things, but we wouldn't necessarily move something that folks at home or folks
Yeah.
tuning in wouldn't know about. Because I can see that not trying to like slip things
Just
under.
information
Yeah.
as opposed to.
Right.
And
Yeah.
what they said is sometimes they just do it under announcements too. But I feel like then we should do it at the end. You know, there's something about the end of the meeting, like you're kind of waiting to,
How did you have that phrase? And I know you used to have it on the agenda.
I always had it on too.
Okay.
Or,
Items not anticipated?
Anticipated.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, because there's, 5 days between when you submit, although I believe the town clerk would like to get these things a week in advance, but that being as it is, that's not the,
As long as we're not doing anything, as long as we're not taking a vote on anything that was not
previously announced.
advertised.
Right,
Yeah.
that's what I think, like, because we're not sneaking it,
To
then
have
we're
a
not,
discussion
correct.
is our business. I think that's what we need
It's
to do.
public. I mean,
Right.
being recorded, it's in the minutes.
And then it would go on the agenda, if it was something that
Yeah.
required a vote, we could just put it on the next agenda so that people would know and see it and can come or tune in or whatever they like. I just think it's so limiting not to be able to talk about anything but strictly what's on. Things come up, they can come up like a day before or,
Exactly. I mean, to a certain degree, you can update the agenda even after the official posting date. But I think the notion of being able to, if there were a new leak in the roof, if the front door didn't work and the repair people said we can't fix it, then you would have the conversation and probably have to authorize the expenditure of money, but you could still have the conversation because things do happen.
I think that's normal. I think
Yeah.
that's to be expected of any committee that meets monthly.
Well, it just makes sense. It's
That-
not
yeah, as long as-
unreasonable.
As long as no vote is taken that wasn't advertised,
Right.
then I think we're totally legal.
Yeah. From the way you suggested it, Joanne, it seems very reasonable. It was interesting in sitting in with the meeting with the town attorney because she was very strict about different things when we had a training session a couple months ago.
and I think that's because there have been cases where folks, maybe not in Hadley, just like in her experience, where people bring things up that aren't on the agenda and then vote on them, and then, maybe it was something very crucial or important, and it seems manipulative.
And it sounded like, from what she was describing, she's covering a big swath of the state.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It could not I'm not even accusing anyone in Hadley. It could be happening anywhere, yeah.
Well, just a cautionary tale,
Yeah.
which is perfectly reasonable. So does anyone have anything that they would like to discuss under unanticipated whatevers? Because the only thing I have is, I reprinted the final page of the contract just because the other one got discombobulated, and I thought it would be nice to have a clean signature page. I mean, nothing else was changed on it, I just, where the lines were.
This is for Patrick's contract.
Correct.
Yeah, 1-year contract, okay.
Yes. And it still has the April 14th date because,
And would that go into effect as of June 30th? Is that the timeline?
with the beginning of the fiscal year, July 1, yeah. Yep. So you've got your own very own line.
Wow. I feel part of it.
Well, you are part of the group.
What does the E stand for, Wayne?
Everett.
Everett. okay.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
It was my birth father's name. He was Everett Abercrombie, Everett Theo Abercrombie.
There's a
So in the
second copy to
19
sign.
30s,
We need 2 original copies.
when I was born, they were very loose about what they put on birth certificates.
They were.
And so, and they didn't think Everett's going to be his first name like mine, but nobody, we were going to call him Wayne. So you can imagine the problems that caused as I go through life. with officials. So I had a discussion with someone today in a doctor's office because I'd sent them a check with my
Mhm.
bank name on it, and they said, "No, you're Everett. You can't take this check."
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, I'm a junior, so I've lived the adventure.
Yes.
There've been all sorts of issues related to that.
So I'm gonna have to go through a lot. So I have to go through
Actually, I never had a birth
state
certificate.
somebody, and I said,
I only had a baptismal certificate, because in Quebec, you didn't have birth certificates.
Yes. My aunt, is your first name Marie? My aunt's first name is Marie.
Oh, yeah?
Because all babies
Yes,
born in
first one,
Canada
yeah, the
were
first
Marie.
daughter.
And you're
Or
called by
daughter.
your second name.
Yeah,
So
Marie
her name is
whatever.
Marie Clotilde. She was always known
Mm-hmm.
as Hilda. They named every girl Marie. That was the
is
standard in
this, in
Quebec. Thank
Canada?
you.
Well, in
In
Quebec,
Quebec.
it was up through the end of the 60s, they didn't have birth certificates. But now the Quebec government went and reissued them along the, taking the roles of the baptismal certificates.
Everything was housed at the churches.
Yeah, right. So Lord help you if you were Jewish,
exactly.
Lord help me.
And mine,
Well, they were.
I know, but I'm just saying.
and the church I was raised in did not have baptisms at
Oh.
birth. So, yeah.
Culture,
Our
culture.
first passport was really an adventure.
No, I'm
Are
not
we
Marie.
adjourning?
Well, you had asked about other items not anticipated at the time of posting, and thank you for everything you've done
Yeah.
for the library and done for
Yes.
this committee.
Yes.
We wanted-
You're welcome. But I will still be playing with Sue.
Oh, it was a pleasure having you as our leader, dear leader.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Is he here to
Oh,
stop
my
the
name
camera?
still isn't right
What?
here.
Is he here to stop the camera?
Well,
No,
we'll have to have
I
a
don't
cup of
have
coffee sometime.
a way to
Anytime.
text him either. I could text Alex, but I don't know if I have Nick's.
Okay, I make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
I
Aye.